Welcome to another episode of the Rise and Thrive podcast. I'm your host, Manny Fraser, and today we're tackling a topic that can make or break your fitness business. Sales. That's right, folks. We're diving into the sales playbook for personal trainers, closing more deals. If you ever struggle to turn a maybe into a yes or to confidently sell your services, then this episode is exactly what you need. Before we jump in, I want to ask a quick favor. If you find value in today's episode, share it with your fellow trainer. Together, we can lift each other up and help more fitness professionals thrive in this competitive industry. Now, let me tell you why you need to stay tuned until the very end of this episode. I'm going to reveal sales technique that has consistently helped trainers close deals, even with the toughest clients. It's something you won't want to miss. All right, let's get started. Let's get down to business. When it comes to sales in the fitness industry, many trainers feel like they're stepping into uncharted territory. You're a pro at designing workout programs, but selling those programs, another story. That can feel like a whole different ball game. But here's the good news. Selling is a skill you can master. It's just like any other. And today, I'm going to walk you through some actionable tips and techniques that will help you close more deals with confidence. First up, know your value. This might sound basic, but you'd be surprised at how many trainers undersell themselves because they're not fully aware of their unique value they bring to the table. You need to be crystal clear on the benefit your clients will receive from working with you. What transformations can you deliver? How do your services stand out from your competition? When you believe in the value you offer, it's much easier to convey that belief to your potential client. Next, let's talk about your consultation process. This is where most sales are won or lost. Your consultation is more than just a sales pitch. It's an opportunity to listen, understand, and connect with your potential client on a deeper level. Start by asking the right questions. What are your fitness goals? What challenges have they faced in the past? What's motivating them to make this change now? The answer to these questions will give you insights you need to tailor your pitch to their specific needs and desires. I know when I get people walking in, the number one thing I ask them is like, why now? I don't say why now because I don't like asking why, but I ask them, what now? What makes this so important now? Because think about it like this. 80% of people that come to the gym fail, and they show up and they're now here. I like using an analogy like this. If I was to tell you that you can go to a school where 80% of the people pass, would you go to that school? You'd say, yeah. Now, if I tell you to go to a school where 80% of the people fail, would you go to that school? Most people say no. But most people are signing up to the gym where 80% of people fail. 80% of members will join, and within a month, maximum 3 months, they quit. So you have to understand this as a trainer and understand the fact that most people are going to quit. And because most people are going to quit, they're not going to do well. So it's your obligation, it's your passion. It needs to be your desire. It needs to be the thing that you're working on to get people to pass, get people to do this whole gym thing and commit to it long term. And that's going to take a lot of effort from you. But here's the key. You don't want to just listen to respond to people. Because once I give that, I don't just listen. I don't listen to respond. I don't look for responses right away. I listen to understand. And so you have to understand the motive of why people do this. Show them that you genuinely care about their journey. and they'll be much more likely to see you as a partner in their success rather than just another salesperson. Here's a pro tip that can instantly increase your chances of closing a deal. Focus on the transformation, not the transaction. People aren't just buying personal training, they're investing in the results they want to achieve. Paint a vivid picture of what their life will look like after working with you. Will they be stronger, more confident, more energetic? Will they finally achieve their goals they've been chasing for years? Help them see and feel the transformation, and the sale will naturally follow. Now, if you stick around until the end of this episode, I'm going to share a closing technique that has been a game changer for myself and many trainers. It's simple, it's effective, and it could be the difference between a lost opportunity and a new client. Another powerful strategy is handling objections with confidence. Objections are a natural part of the sales process, but how you respond to them can determine whether you close the deal or not. When a potential client says something like, "I'm not sure I can afford this," or "I need to think about it," don't panic. That's the worst thing you can do. Instead, see it as an opportunity to address their concerns and reinforce the value of what you're offering. When most people have an objection, what it means is that you haven't answered their question, and it's just an unanswered question. That's what objections are. So when someone says, "I can't afford it," then you haven't answered a question. If someone says, I need to think about it," you haven't answered a question. That's leaving them to a point where they cannot make this financial decision on the spot. Most people make financial decisions on the spot. Most people, like a lot of people, don't have budgets for fitness, so they're making this financial decision on the spot. So when they say, "I need to go home and think about it," or "I gotta go home and check my budget," there's no budget. There's nothing that they have for this. It's either they're going to do this or they're not. So, for example, if the cost is an issue, break down the investment in terms of what they're gaining. So, like, it's better health, increased energy, improved self-confidence. Ask them, what would it be worth to finally achieve their fitness goals? Often when clients see the long-term benefits, the price becomes less of a hurdle. What's the value? What's the cost? Right? When someone's saying that they can't afford to do this thing that you're asking them to do, understand that what you're asking them to do is just spend money on themselves. Okay. Remember, I've got the closing technique coming up, so don't go anywhere. But before we get there, let's touch on one critical aspect of closing a deal, the follow-up. Most trainers give up after the first no, or they don't hear back from their prospect. But here's the thing. Persistence pays off. A well-timed, thoughtful follow-up reignites interest and a lead to a sale. Just because someone says no today doesn't mean they won't say yes tomorrow. Following up is a key to everything. Like, if you can do anything in personal training and all you gotta do is, if you can do this one thing, is follow up on all the old consults that you've done. Because a no today doesn't mean a yes. It doesn't mean a no tomorrow. It could mean a yes. The key to following up is adding value. Maybe share a quick tip or a resource that relates to a challenge they mention. Keep the communication open, supportive, and you'll stay top of mind when they are ready to commit. Your number one thing you want to do when it comes down to this is you want to become their source of fitness knowledge. You want to become the source of fitness knowledge. You want to become the influence that they have. All right? When you do that, you're more likely to have a client for life. All right, here it is. The closing technique I promised you. It's called, drumroll please, the assumptive close. This technique works by assuming that the client is ready to move forward and simply needs to help making the final decision. I use this all the time, which is assumptive close. I love it because my assumption is that everyone I sit down with is automatically going to buy training. So realistically, the questions I ask is all about, all right, how do you want to pay for this? which card do you want to use? Do you want to use your Visa? Do you want to use your MasterCard? Do you want to use your debit card? After you've discussed their goals and how you can help them achieve their goals, say something like this. So, which package would you like to start with? When would you like to schedule your first session? These are all assumptive that they're going to be doing this. By framing the decision as a matter of when rather than if, you make it easier for the client to commit. It's a subtle shift, but it can make a world of a difference by closing more deals. Assumptive closing is probably one of the best things I've ever stumbled upon, and I can tell you right now, it will change the game if you start doing that. Assume that everyone's just here to buy, and they will. Okay. If this episode has helped you feel more confident about selling your services, I want to hear about it. Share this podcast with other trainers who could benefit. And let's help each other rise and thrive in this industry. If you're ready to take your sales skills to the next level, I've got something special for you. I'm launching a new sales course packed with some more strategies and techniques to help you close more deals and grow your client base. Plus I'm opening spots in our exclusive mastermind group where you can get personalized guidance and connect with other driven fitness professionals. My goal is to run this course online. If you want, this is where you want to get more information. For more details, DM me at the Manny Fraser on Instagram or head over to mannyfraser.com. Let's make this the year you close more deals than ever before. Thank you for tuning into the Rise and Thrive podcast. Remember, selling is a skill you can master with the right mindset strategies. Go out there, implement what you've learned today, and watch your business thrive. Until next time, keep rising, keep thriving, and keep pushing towards your goal. Peace.